Here in this lesson, we are going to learn 10 ways to make a suggestion. A very important part of learning English and speaking English is to make suggestions. Actually, when you communicate and speak with your friends and people, but how can we make suggestions? Let's start and let's learn. The first way is we can say how about, which is very actually casual and friendly. How about trying something new? How about going to cinema? How about staying at home? How about traveling to Canada? So I'm trying to make suggestions. So how about the verb comes with ing. Number two, why don't you? Why don't you talk to your boss? This is a very good way to make friendly suggestion too. Why don't you, for example, study more? Why don't you, if I want to give some people some suggestions about learning English, I can tell them, why don't you watch English movies? Why don't you listen to English music? This is a very good way to improve your English. Number three is maybe we should. Maybe we should. This is making suggestion in a very soft and friendly way too. Maybe we should do more research. Maybe we should find another job. Yes. And number four is I'd recommend. I'd recommend going to the doctor. After I'd recommend, the verb also comes with ing. I'd recommend going to the doctor. And this is a formal way to make suggestions. I'd recommend fixing this car tomorrow. I'd recommend taking a lot of money before we start our trip. Number five is have you thought about? Also, the verb comes with ing here. Have you thought about buying a new computer? Have you thought about maybe changing your house? Have you thought about learning English? Have you thought about learning guitar? And we can make different suggestions. Number six is let's. Let's is another way to make a very friendly suggestion. For example, let's go out and drink coffee. Let's play football or soccer. Number seven, why don't we go out and have fun? I'm trying to make a suggestion for a group of people around me. Eight is it might be better to cancel this trip. It might be better to, for example, it might be better to leave earlier. It might be better to cancel this meeting. So this is a good way to make suggestions. Number nine, sounds good to me, and that's a good idea, or you are right. When we accept somebody's suggestion, we can use these phrases. Sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. That's a good idea. You're right. Or we can use these phrases. Number 10, that's good, but this is an indirect way to refuse or reject somebody's suggestion. That's good, but for example, my friend says you should go and buy a BMW car. I tell him that's good, but I don't have that much money. Or my friend says let's go to the English class. I tell him that's good, but I have already gone to the English class. So we learned many phrases to make suggestion. Let's repeat them very fast. How about? Why don't you? Why don't you? Maybe we should. I'd recommend. Have you thought about? Let's. Why don't we? It might be better too. Sounds good to me. That's a good idea. You're right. That's good, but. That's a good idea, but. So now there is a conversation here between the man and the woman. The man says, I cannot find the problem here on the internet. What should I do? The woman suggests something. Maybe we should do more research, or it might be better to ask the other doctors for help. So she's making some suggestions. Here there is a conversation between Robin and Sarah. Robin says, I'm really sad. My boyfriend Alex, he cheated on me. I saw him walking with another girl. And Sarah says, come on, Robin, it might be better to forget him. He's stupid. Yes, Sarah is making suggestion. Here there is a conversation between Alex and Ted. Alex says, I have a lot of free time tomorrow. I don't know what to do. And here Ted is making suggestions. Why don't we go out together? Have you thought about going fishing? Yes, I love fishing. That's a perfect idea. Taylor and Lily. Taylor says, my mother is always asking me to wash the dishes. She's making me crazy. And Lily is suggesting, why don't you buy a dishwasher? Why don't you buy a dishwasher? So, actually, this is a great way to make suggestions.